What is up, everybody? This is Aniket from Codit. In this video, we're going to be learning how to create this cool typewriter effect using pure vanilla JavaScript and no plugins. So let's jump straight into it. So first of all, we would have a paragraph tag with a class of text and then a text of IMR, and this is the still text which you were seeing there. And then we'll put a span tag with a class of type text, and in that there would be the words which will be typed automatically or dynamically, you can say. And then after that we would have a cursor. Okay, so now this is it for the HTML. Now we will come to CSS and then give some basic stylings of and to the universal operators and the pseudo elements, padding of 0, margin of 0, and box sizing border box. And then we will come to body, give it a height of 100 vh, width of 100%, display flex, justify corner center, align atom centers. Oh my god. Then come to background of hashtag 1919. This is darkish background, and I love dark theme. Please comment down below which theme do you like. And then go to the text class, and then I would give a font size of 2.4 rem, and then we'd have a color of grayish and A8888. And now we will have a font family of and here I would like comforta cursive. So you can go here, and I have uploaded these two in my CodePen file. And then now come to the type text, and to see the stylings on it, what we can do is we can add a dummy text here like web developer. So this is only for the sake of CSS, but this will be generated by the JavaScript. And then come here in type text. Now the font size will be the exactly the same. Now color, I would like to give it this tealish color, and then the font family of red raised cursive. So it's looking pretty good. Now come to the cursor, and cursor I'll give a width of 100% pixels, margin left of 3 pixels, and then background of, give this the same, let's give it the same. And but still we are not able to see this cursor over here. Why this is so? Because we are having two problems here. The first one is this cursor is a span tag here. You can see it is a span tag here, and a span tag by default has a display property of inline, and so this width doesn't work here. So in order to make it work, what we can do is change the display to inline block. Even if we have added it, we are not able to see the cursor. So the next problem which we are facing is we are there is no space here. If we add space like let's say something here, then we would see the cursor. Well, yes, we are seeing it here. So we do not want any content here, but we want the cursor. So what we can do is a kind of full HTML. We can add a non-breaking space here, and this is like we are adding. Let me zoom it for you. Okay, sorry. So what we are doing is, in this we are adding a space here, but that space doesn't contain any character. This is non-breaking space. So I hope you understand. So this only wanted a space so that we could add something there. So in order to make the cursor display, we added a space that is called non-breaking space, and it doesn't contain any character. So now we are seeing the cursor. Now we also want the blink effect. So in order to take the blink effect, what we can do is cursor dot blink. And this, what this means is, I will give the styling to a new class, and that would be blink. So dot cursor dot blink, and then I will give it the animation of blink. of 0.8 seconds maybe. Let's see if that works. And then it will be ease in out and infinite. But this animation we have not created, so first let's create this. Add keyframes and then go to blink, and then after that we would get a 0%, 100% background of 008080, that is teal color, and then go to 50%, 70%, 70%, and background of transparent. So we would have a blinking effect here. Okay, fine. But if we remove this blink class from here, we wouldn't see this blinking effect, as we have mentioned that this would be only applied with a class of blink and cursor both. So now we have came to the JavaScript part. So let's remove this web developer, and what we can do is we can create a data words, and in data words we can write the words that we want. Like I want web developer, I want web designer, I want tutor, and then a learner. Okay, so why I've written these here and in a special attribute called data words? Because let's say that I want to have multiple typewriter effect. Like I want to say that I have two typewriter effects. Okay, so both will come here. So if I want to like add the effect on both of the typewriters, then this will be the handy method. And I've created one more video on this typewriter effect in which I gave you the method, like we are creating the array in the JavaScript file itself. So that is not preferred. That was like the beginner level, but now we have came to advanced, and then we should do this because if we have multiple typewriter effect, then these would work. We would take the words from here, not by JavaScript file, not by JavaScript file. Okay, so hope you understand. Now let's come to JavaScript file. Then we would first grab the text here, document.query selector typed text, and then I will grab the cursor. Oh shit. And then we would grab now the words, const words, and we would say that text dot data set dot words. And what this will do, that it will take this data set dot words. Let's look what this means. Data set dot words means that it will go onto the attribute, onto the data attributes. These are the data attributes, and it will go through the data attributes of this text. This this element, if it would go to all the data sets, data attributes, and then I've written dataset dot words, so it will find the data words attribute. So it has got data words, and then it will copy these, and then you can see that after every word I have put a comma. You can put anything, you can put space as well, you can put any character, but those should be similar. Those should be unique, identical. Like I have written comma, you can write let's say you can write space, you can write anything you want, but make sure that you don't write the any character like abcd, because you are free to write, but it can like contradict, it can like uh, be the as same as all other characters. Like you say e, then if you write instead of comma e, then it would separate the words from e. So you will get to know about this later. So now go to dataset.words. Now what you can do is you can like create the array for words. You can create the array for words, and let me say const word array, and you can do words dot split. And this is what I wanted you to tell, that we are this is a function for strings, split function, and inside this inverted commas you have to put from which you have to separate. Like I have got let me console.log here. Let me log this words here, and then you will understand it better. Then go to console, clear this, and then yes, we are seeing something like this here. Now if I log this here, this word array, and then if we see what is happening here, then what is this? Let me clear this. So now let me save it, and then reload. Good. Now see, what I did is I added a split function, and in the argument I passed this comma. So it will start from the very beginning. It will search for a comma. It has got a comma here. So what it will do is before comma it will make another word. It will create another word, and it will create another element, you should say. And now another element has been created. Now it will go after the comma and search for another comma. If it has got another comma, then it will separate this element and then add it to the array. So it will find the comma and it will separate the elements from there. So if you write, instead of this comma, if you write space, then you have to write, then you have, in this argument you have to write this space. So now it will find the space and then it will separate it. Okay, so now here it is, we have added comma. So it will now search for space. So it has searched space here, and once it has searched space, it is going to separate this argument, this element, and then this element till it gets another space. Okay, so that's why I was telling that you can add anything, but you shouldn't add any character over here, any alphabet. Okay, hope you understand. Now let me remove this console logs, and then what we will do is let char index be 0 and let word index be 0. So what this means is, we will understand it after I write this function, type function. I will tell you what is this. So in here, in this function, I will write if char index is less than word array and word array of word index dot length minus 1. And then what we are doing here is we are checking char index. So char index is the one which will navigate, like we have to, the words were web developer, and then web designer, and so on. Okay, so what char index will do is, char index will first navigate through the letters, like first it will write w, then after writing w it will go to e, then b, then space, then d, e, v, l, o, p, e, r, and after it has written, it will erase everything. And once it has written and erased everything, now this word index will come into role, and then it will navigate through the different words in that array. So hope you understand. So what we'll do now is, if we'll write text content plus equals word array word index dot char at char index. And what this will do is, it will add, it will append, like if we at first in text we have nothing, it is blank. Then if char index, that if 0 is less than word array of word index, that means the first element, dot length minus 1. So the first word is web developer, the first word is web developer. Now it will count the length first, as we have given it here, and then since the index start from 0, uh, we are removing this one from here. So it will count the word, and then it will check that if 0 is less than this, of course it is less, then it will add the text content, at char index, and the char index is 0 over here. so it will add w here. So it will work like this, and here. So what it will do, first let's increment it, and then let me first call it. I have not called it. I'll go to document dot add event listener, and then dom content loaded. So I'm waiting for the document to load, and then a set timeout function of type of 1000 seconds, and after 1000 seconds we would get 1000 milliseconds, and 1000 milliseconds means 1 second. And then after writing one letter, I will again call this function, and after 120 milliseconds. So I'm a web, it is very fast. I'm a web developer, so it's good. Now once, oh sorry, it is writing only till e, it is not writing e because I have not written an equal to sign here. So once it has written everything, we'd go and erase everything. So set time out erase. After 800 milliseconds, the erasing process will take place. Now erase. So if char index is greater than 0, then what you have to do is you have to erase. And how we will erase is we will do it something like this: word word index, oh word array, sorry, word array word index dot slice 0, and then char index -1. So what it is doing, that it is checking that if char index is greater than 0 or not, then it means that if we have any letter in this word or not. So yes, first of all we have the whole word, then it will erase it as it has done now. And then what we'll do is again char index minus minus, we will again decrement it, and then we'll add a set time out function again, and then we'll again call this function after 80 milliseconds. And then what it will do is first it will write everything, and then if it will check that if char index is greater than 0 or not. If it is, then it will erase. And when it is here, then now it is not greater than 0, the char index, it has now become 0, it is not greater than 0. So now it will come in else block, and here we would increment the word index. Now once it has erased everything, we want it to jump to the next word. We would add word index, we would increment the word index, and then what we will do is we would again call a function set time out, and then again time after 800 type after 800 milliseconds. Now let's see what we have till now. I am a web developer, good. It will erase everything. Now it will again write the second word, then it will write the third word, great, again. Now it has thrown us an error. And what this error is, it is saying that cannot read property length of undefined. What undefined? It is undefined because see, word index we are incrementing it, and once it has came to the last element, then the word index would be more than the length of the word array. So it is not able to find it and saying it is undefined. So in order to handle that, give an if statement and say if word index is greater than word array dot length -1, then you have to do word index to 0. So what it is doing, that if word, let's say that we have the array which has 3 elements, the length of the array is 4, and the word index initially was 0, and then it will come, and when it will come to the fourth element, the index would be 3, and once it is 3, but at last also it increments by 1. So what it will do, it will do it 4, and after 4, then it will say that if word array dot length, this length dot -1, it would be 3, and if 3 is greater than 4, do word index 0. So hope you understand. Let's see if that works. Okay, so let's see if that loops or not. web developer, and the second word erased, third word erased, fourth word, let's see if it loops, and yes, it loops. And the last thing which we are left with is adding the blinking effect. So in order to add the blinking effect, we have to add a class, but we only want this blinking effect when we are not writing or not erasing. When we are writing or erasing, we don't want the blinking effect. As you can see, like if I'm here, the cursor is blinking if I'm not writing or erasing. If I write something, then you can see that cursor is not blinking, and then if I leave it, the cursor is blinking, and if I delete, then also the cursor is not blinking. So come here, when it is a function, it is the block where it is writing, where the letters are being written. So come here, and where it is written, being written here, so we have to remove the blink effect here. So if cursor dot class list dot contains blink, then cursor dot class list dot remove blink, so it will not have blink effect now. And then after else block, what we'll do is, now we have to make the cursor blink, because it will not, it is not writing or erasing right now, it will erase after 800 milliseconds. So in order to do that, write an if statement, if cursor, if not cursor dot class list dot contains, and which is very true right now, then cursor dot class list dot add the blink. And same as the erase function, when it is erasing, what you have to do, you have to remove the blinking effect. If cursor dot class list dot contains blink, cursor dot class list dot remove blink effect. And if cursor, if it is not erasing, like if it will type after 800 milliseconds, so till that time we can add the blinking effect. So if not cursor dot class list dot contains, that means if it is not containing the blinking effect, add the blinking effect, cursor dot class list dot add blink. And I think it is done. Let's see if it is done or not. So web developer, oh, we have a problem here. So what is the problem? Let's see. If not cursor dot class list dot there's a spelling mistake. Contains, again it's the same error, contains. And is it good? Is it good? Okay, yeah, I think it is all right. Let's see. Great, going great. We don't have any error here, and we have done it. Yes, we have done it. So thank you for watching, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, for more such awesome videos. And also make sure you press the bell icon down below, so that you get the latest updates of all our latest videos.